Again, this is a totally different group, Dr. Wambu, emphasizing on the same thing. How do you explain the fact that membership, you ruled that obese membership of the Labour Party was a pre-election matter that is not justiciable and all of that, but now it's become justiciable. Can I actually ask you a question that may have been bothering my mind and maybe I wasn't conscious of it until this very moment, Dr. Wambu? Is the Nigerian judiciary operating with the same constitution, the same electoral act, especially when it comes to electoral matters like this, or the Supreme Court uses a different constitution, appeal court uses a different one, and tribunal uses a different one? What do you think we should make out of this charade that seems to be playing out or has played out in 2023 when it comes to Nigerian judiciary and their position on electoral matters?
Thank you so much. I think at this time I should rather ask Nigerians the same question. I should rather ask the judiciary the same question. If they preach one thing and do the other, you come to a particular court, they will say you cannot use pre-election matters to judge on a post-election matter. You come to another court, they use the same pre-election matters to, affirm judgment on post-election matters. You see, one begins to wonder whether these judges and justices, whether they apply this judgment with the constitution of their village, of their town union's constitution, whether they have manufactured their personal laws, as far as the Federal Republic of Nigeria is concerned, whether they have where there's these laws. And see, when these persons perpetrate these kind of laws that are draconian, when they bring in these judgments that are draconian, the NJC looks the other way. Is it that the NJC has not seen that the pronouncement of such judges is not consistent with the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? Is it that? So why has the NJC decided to remain mute in spite of this kind of situation that can bring down the democracy of the so-called giant of Africa? It's saddening. It's a very pathetic one. But we do not know where, and that is why I told you that the judiciary is not the hope of the common man, because it's rule and divide. The kind of judgment is you don't even know what to expect. But the law is straight. The law, has principles upon which you could expect some judgments to go some defined ways. You see somebody who was caught in the act, being exonerated, and the judge will cite one or two, flimsy cases and then use it to leave the person off the hook. It's not obtainable. So long as we do not have a sanitized judiciary, these things will keep reoccurring. And for us to have a sanitized judiciary, you have to look into so many. In fact, the endemic corruption in the judiciary is worse than that of the Nigerian police. I must tell you the truth. The judiciary is more corrupt than the institution that is believed to be more corrupt than any other one, which is the Nigerian police. The Nigerian police, I tell you, are saints. They are saints when compared to the judiciary, because the kind of money the judicial officers go home with, no Nigerian police officer has ever seen such amount before. So it's mind-boggling. It's something that is so terrible and bad, but it has to be dealt with so that Nigerians will have a standard and stop being a mockery in the League of Nations.